There's lots of talk about Cristiano Ronaldo wants to move away, and then he posts messages on social media saying, "Don't believe everything that you read," without clarifying anything any further. The club then say, or Ten Hag then says, "Oh, we've got a great striker. Why would I not want to have Cristiano Ronaldo involved?" But then we hear that maybe Manchester United are looking to move him on. So it's not, the messages that we're getting are very muddled, but they are constant about the Ronaldo story. What
I'm a little
would
bit.
you start him?
If he's fit, you start him, and I hope he stays. I'm a little bit disappointed in him. I'll be honest with you. I'm disappointed in him because I think, to be fair, he's letting the manager go into those press conferences. Cristiano now is a good age. He's been the greatest player in the world along with Messi for the last 10 years. He's got all the experience in the world. Would it be too much to ask for him to come out and do an interview to clear things up and tell us what he's actually thinking and what actually is happening? Would that be too much to ask a senior player? Is he just going to not do interview on the next 3 weeks? He's not going to do interview on Sunday after the game. If obviously at the game, we're going to ask for him, aren't we? Obviously, Sky are going to ask for him on Sunday after the game. Is he going to come out, stand up, do the interview, and not let everybody else have to answer the questions for him? I think that, to be fair, would be something that would be a start. So for me, I am disappointed because that clarity that we haven't got, and the reason that Erik ten Hag's getting a little bit jumpy in his press conferences today is because he's been asked difficult questions. He's probably not even telling us the truth of it, really, because he can't. The reality of it is, if a Champions League club comes in for Cristiano Ronaldo in the next 2 weeks, I think we know that Cristiano Ronaldo wants to take that move. We know that, don't we? It's emerged over the last few weeks. At the moment, no one's coming for him. So that's why the club are saying at this moment in time that he may stay and that we want him to stay. But I think if someone came in, he would go. And that's, I don't know. Should Manchester United be waiting 2 to 3 weeks before the end of a transfer window as to whether the star centre forward leaves? I don't think they should be in that position. Do they just say, no, you're staying come what may, you're not leaving? That would be clarity from the club, I suppose, but then there's a big risk then that Cristiano in 2 weeks' time throws his toy out at the pram, says, I'm leaving, sort of doesn't say, that sort of thing that could happen, and that's why I feel it's a little bit unpalatable.
I mean, I've been critical of the Ronaldo signing since he came in, and I've actually, said today that really Ten Hag should be sort of moving on from that. And I know it's easier said than done to move a player out, but really we want him to stay because we talk about him, he provides headlines, he's Cristiano Ronaldo. We've got some of the best players, biggest names, managers in the, Klopp, Guardiola, and Ronaldo's one of the biggest names, if not the biggest name, because of the player he's been in the past and what he's done and what he's achieved. So really, in terms of looking at it from analytical point of view, Manchester United, I think they would be better with Houtman almost starting afresh with a younger team. But in terms of our job and what we do and covering the big names and talking points, he's an absolute superstar. He's a megastar. If he plays at the weekend, we'll all be focusing on analysing his performance, his body language, what's he like with the manager on the side of the pitch. He's a huge story, and that's why in some ways you want to keep him in the Premier League.
There's a bigger thing for me also. I want his Manchester United career to end well. What he's achieved at the club, what he's achieved in the game, is it too much to ask for the next 12 months for him to encourage the young players, be a leader on the pitch, do the interviews when your team win and when your team lose, make sure you set the standards that he always does in training and in terms of his performance, score the goals, and let everybody, to be fair, let him leave Manchester with such the highest thought. This is messy for him, it's messy for the club, it's messy for everybody. We want him to stay, we're desperate to stay. We just don't like these sagas that drag on. They never look good, they always look a little bit sort of distasteful. And I think it needs clarifying, it needs sorting out quite quickly, because we can't have this for another 3 weeks if you're a Manchester United fan, and certainly if you're Erik ten Hag. He does need to be able to concentrate on the whole team, on his performance, on the tactical way of playing. He doesn't want to be distracted all the time by the star player. Is he going to stay, is he going to go?